Are live. Oh boy. I love those noises. Hey, everybody. Hey. It is 11:11 in Pacific time and different times in different time zones. But here I am, and I'm here to give you the Astro Oracle reading for the month of August. Now, I'm going to go through all 12 of the zodiac signs, but you're going to get 9 cards. And here's why you're going to get 9 cards. You have a sun sign, you have an ascendant, and you have a moon. So say your sun sign is Aries, your ascendant is Sagittarius, and your moon is in Virgo. You're going to take a look at what I say about Aries, then followed by Sagittarius, then followed by Virgo. So that's how it's set up. So it gives you a story. What if you're a triple Aries? Well, then you're only going to get 3 cards. You're only going to look at Aries, and you're going to realize, oh, it's a stronger vibe because that's where I am on all 3. So just know that it will be really good for you if you were to take a look at yesterday's video. So you'll get a chance to see the entire energy report for the month of August, and then you'll see where you fit in that. So this is a little bit more personalized than what I did yesterday. Oh, and I'm so excited. Tomorrow's my challenge, but I'm going to talk to you about the challenge at the end. So I hope you want to come because it's free and it's fabulous, but I'm going to talk about it later. Okay, let's start with Aries. So Aries, this is an interesting reading because it's asking you this month to really set time aside for meditation and stillness, because it's deep quiet is the center card, and the center card is always the anchor of the story for the month. Now, then you have revelation on one side, unmarked trail, and you have joyful muse, which is inspiration on the other side. So what it's saying to you, Aries, and that's if you're Aries sun, Aries rising, or Aries moon, this is super important for you to take time out, to meditate, to be still, to kind of take a break so that you can download these inspired ideas and take inspired action, which will come out of a revelation that you can only have when you're not fixated on something. You're not looking to solve a problem, or you're not looking to, be overly focused on something. It happens when you're not looking. It happens when you're going for a walk. It happens when you're in the shower. It happens when you are being quiet. So you've got to take time out to be quiet. I'll remind my husband of that. So your timeouts are going to be key. I say that every time because he's in Aries. Anyhow, so now yes.
So one last message for me. What is it?
One last message for you?
Yes. From that reading, what would you like people to know?
Well, I just told them what it was, but I will tell you again. So I don't need to repeat it, but I will. For you, okay, well, for all you other Aries out there, because it's not just about Mark. So it's all about taking the time out that you need this month so that you can, allow yourself the ability to make space for inspired ideas and revelations. That's going to happen for you this month, Aries. That's the best way to work with your energy, and make sure you make time. Now let's look at Taurus. Now, remember, these are predictive and prescriptive. So I like the prescriptive piece because when you look at a prediction, it gives you a point in time, whereas a prescription tells you how to navigate that point in time. And that's my preference. So I like to look at both. And so we know that this is could be a quieter month for Aries, right? But it's also asking Aries to become quiet, right? So there's a little bit of a nuance there that's different. So let's look at Taurus now. And these cards are not read upside down, which is great. This is the Shaman's Dream Oracle. We're using this at Oracle Palooza. I'm so excited. Okay. Taurus. So actually, this was the card. This is the center card, Overwhelm. So Taurus, there's a lot of energy this month for you. And again, please watch that video that I did yesterday on this, that you might have to sort through, and you don't want to allow yourself to get too overwhelmed. All right. So, and here's why I say that, because on one hand, it's the Lost in Space card, which is needing direction. On the other hand is teachability, which is the hollow bone. So again, self-care is crucial for the Taurus personality too. You could get overwhelmed with the plethora or like too many things to do, too many things to choose, too many people around you, too much of anything is not going to be good for you. And the lesson in that is learning to say no. So in summary, the direction for the Taurus personality this month is to set boundaries, say no, and don't allow yourself to get too overwhelmed, and realize that's a teaching moment right there. When you are overwhelmed and you are seeing too many choices or whatever, it's time for you to step back. So that's going to be an important piece for you to consider in August, Taurus. Now let's look at Cancers. Okay, so let's see for the Cancerian personality. Here we go. Spirit of the river, movement toward adventure, preparations to fruition, and experience life as it comes. Ooh, that's beautiful. So netcaster. So for Cancers, center card, Spirit of the river. I'm actually feeling that right now too. It's funny. I always find I get a little wonky before my birthday in July, and then as soon as I hit August, September, I start to feel adventure's calling, and that's the center card for all Cancerian personalities. Now it's interesting. It's about water. Spirit of the river is about flow. So on the other side, it says experiencing life as it comes. Drifter, there's a boat on water, but you're not really specifically steering yourself in any one direction. And over here, it says netcaster. So you're casting nets also into water. So it's preparations come to fruition. So all the hard work that you've done in a lot of areas of your life are going to start to show up for you right now as like, hey, you're easing your way through it. Oh, what used to bother you or trigger you or felt that it was burdensome is actually easy for you this month in August. So go with the flow. Recognize that some waters will be uncharted and you have nothing to worry about. It says experiencing life as it comes. Stay curious, and recognize that you have done a lot of work up until now, and you get a chance to play a little bit this month. Cancers as well too, movement toward adventure, right? And you are moving forward. There's no relationship to stagnation or even overwhelm this month for the Cancer personality, which is makes me very happy. Okay, so now let's take a look. Did I miss Gemini? Yes, I missed Gemini. I totally missed Gemini. Let's go back. I'm thinking, where did Gemini go? I'm like, that didn't feel right. Okay, so let's go back to Gemini. We're going to take a step back. For those of you who are live going, what is she talking about? We are going to go back to deal with our beautiful Gemini people. So Gemini, power of community. Yes, indeed. Connectivity is on the other side of that. And ego sublimation. This is great. Okay, so for the Gemini personality, almost got me there. Beautiful card about community. Now, the reason I say it's beautiful is because connectivity, the jeweled web, is beside it. So, and every Gemini that I know is friendly and fun and communicative. Like I have a lot of Geminis in my life, which I love. I love my Gemini friends. My friend Deb is a Gemini. Anyhow, but here's the deal. So it's really important for the Gemini to definitely be consistent about connecting. That's the other thing, jeweled web connectivity with community. But there's a little bit of a caveat here. The vanishing mirror represents ego sublimation. So it's about sharing with others, not making it be all about you. And so the ego quality of your sharing needs to be addressed. And you can ask yourself, like, am I sharing this because I want people to think I'm this? Or am I sharing this because I'm trying to hide something? Or, there's the motive behind your sharing and connecting. Whenever you feel slightly off, have a look at that. Just take a look at it. Be very gentle with yourself this month. You are having a playful month, but remember that some of the ego concepts could come up for you this month. And it's just saying, take a look at it and recognize as well too that, and I said this in yesterday's video about everybody having to look at the people you associate with. This is also that. Like, are you in a healthy ego relationship with other people, right? So are you in a partnership, or are you with friends that make you feel bad? Like, or are you allowing somebody to take advantage of you? Are you in a people pleaser mode? That's the stuff that it's talking about here. It's not about the ego being egocentric. That's not it. It's really more about what are some of the flaws or the wounds that your ego is addressing itself through. And that comes up for healing this month for Geminis. Now we're going to go over Cancer and we're going to go to Leo because I know how they go. Okay, so now we're going to look at Virgo. No, Leo. Sorry, we have to look at Leo. Oh, isn't this great that it's live? Because you're seeing all the mistakes that I make when we edit. Okay, so Leo, Crown Games. Here we go. Me Talks and Magician's Sword. Alrighty, so here we go in the center. So for Leo, this is about the right use of power. So what is power and how do we wield it? So it really is about personal power. And here you see what kind of personal power? Well, it says here, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. So where, again, do you need healing? And where have you possibly disempowered yourself in any way? And how do you re-empower yourself? Or it's like getting yourself right-sized as well. Over here, it's being confident in your magic. So it's going, okay, where have I possibly been wounded in terms of my identity? Like, who am I? And like, how can I give myself, again, the timeout? You see the card, how it looks like there's the being in the bathtub, having a bath, having a salt bath or something. So it's like, okay, I need to cleanse this month as well too, like really cleanse and trust that, you know, I am an emissary of the divine. And when I have the true power, the true magic I have is a gift from the divine. It's not generated out of my ego. So that's really key for you to remember, that everything is a gift. And I always love that card, the Me Talks card, because it's about reparations. It's not about the wound itself. It's about what do I do to heal? And it's about, again, for Leos, it's about being attentive to that for yourself this month. Now we're going to go Virgo. That's the next one. Okay. Are we having fun, Mark?
Yes.
Are anybody, do people comment while I'm talking? They are, did they notice I skipped? Hey,
We're
okay.
just having fun and it's all good.
Yes, here we go. Okay, Sky Dancers, Surrender. This is nice. Love it. Okay, so Virgos. Virgo, the quality of August for you, I love it. I love this quality for you because the first card is about surrender. So surrendering to the process, knowing whatever it is that you have to evolve into is going to invite you all by itself. And you're surrendering to the flow of life. You're surrendering, to what must be or what is. But you're being given a new beginning as a result of that. So surrendering sometimes to some people means to give up. So I would like to say, because closing door is on the other side of that, which is about completions, you don't need to keep learning the same lesson over and over again. You literally don't. And there is a sacred quality to the month of August for you to say finally, like, you know what? I don't want to keep doing that over and over again. I'm going to choose a new beginning for myself because I can choose and I can just surrender my old story. I can just surrender that old story. I don't need to keep telling the old story or even to tell a new version of it. I can have a whole new story. And so that's very beautiful for Virgos, especially because Leo comes before you. And then it's like you're preparing for that sacred quality of when you get into Virgo season for yourself. I think it's really a nice way to enter, really a sense of freshness for you this month in August. Here we go. And again, everybody, if you haven't seen yesterday's video, all of this is going to make way more sense to you if you watch that one first, or after. Okay, so after Virgo comes a Libra. And that's Libra. And, again, we look at the sun sign, the rising sign, and the moon, and that goes with everything that I've done up until now. So the center card for Libra right now is the universe is your partner. And to the side is the crossing, initiation, and the lost compass, which is getting back to integrity. So let's just talk about the center card first, because this Libra is all about partnership, right? So your primary partnership is with spirit, your higher power. It's not with other people. It's not with your dreams or desires. It's really with spirit. It's developing that this month and really making that front and center for yourself. Why? Because you are, and I talked about this card yesterday, the initiation card in the obstacle section, which is that sense of discomfort that we have when we look into the world and we see inequities or we see disorder or we see harm and we see all kinds of things that we can't fix, and we want to fix and we don't know how. So we can become very overwhelmed. So that's basically what this is saying. You know what? I don't have to fix all of this. I just need to know what my purpose is and make my commitments and trust that my initiation, which is to move into unknown territory, will become clearer to me every step of the way. But I don't do this alone. I do this with spirit and my hand in spirit. And I can't always bring harmony, right? This is about really recognizing that not everything is yours to do. And I think that goes for anybody, not just the Libras. But Lost Compass is about getting back to integrity. So therefore, this implies that you might have kind of veered off course a little bit. So this month brings you back naturally. It's like, you know what? When spirit is my partner and when I've got my higher power as front and center, everything else falls into place. Even if it's a little uncomfortable and I'm in new territory, this is good for me. This is good for me. All right. After Libra comes Scorpio. Let's see. There we go. And Scorpio. Primary card, surrender for Scorpio. Straddling worlds, which is wandering between realms and gathering around the power of community. Okay, so for Scorpio, obviously the center card is about surrender, right? It's about surrender. But here's what's interesting about what's flanking that. So, and again, if you look at the video from yesterday, you'll hear me talk a lot about the people you associate with. And, and are you around people that are gossips, or are you around people that are mean, or are you around people that aren't in alignment with your values, right? This is key. So you may discover that it's you that needs to do the changing, or you might discover that you've outgrown the people who were okay for you at one time, but aren't now. So you may feel like you're sort of lost when it comes to community, or you want to build your own, right? So that's the other thing. So if you've had difficulty, don't be too hard on yourself, because this is that sense of I'm not there yet, right? I'm not there yet. So it's that period of time between who you were and who you're becoming, and where the people in the center start to change. The characters in your story changes, and they change for the better. So that's the other thing. Like, you do have to set some boundaries, true. But again, as long as you are continuously surrounding yourself with really positive influences and stay out of that negative talk, etc., and stinging things, you'll really have a good month this month. Okay, let's go to the next, which is Sagittarius. Here we go. Sagittarius. Okay. Here we go. All right, Sag. Fool's Embrace, transmuting pain, herald of change, and first breath, beginner's mind. This is great. Okay, so Sagittarius, you always look for the highest truth. That's what a Sag does, right? So there's always that sense of something greater, something that has more authenticity and more truth. That's what that's about. It's a different type of learning than, say, Gemini. So this is that higher level of truth telling and learning and communicating from that place. So the truth here is that you may have been dancing around some pain avoidance. And this month, you are able to transmute that pain into something valuable. If you haven't been able to do that, it's asking you to do that. So, and why? Because change is required of you right now. That's the Horseman card. It's the herald of change. Change is coming, like it or not. So get with the program and do whatever it takes in order for you to make the changes that are necessary for you to be pain-free, if you will, right? So sometimes there's no such thing as a life without some suffering. That just doesn't make any sense. But we don't want to suffer over our suffering, right? So we don't want to suffer over our pain. We want our pain to be transmuted into something valuable and useful, right? And the good news is how to do that for Sagittarius is one of the things that you do best is be curious. So first breath, beginner's mind. I wonder what this means. I wonder what this is. I wonder what this brings me. I wonder what I'm transmuting into. I wonder. So the idea of I wonder and a curious approach to things in August will be fabulous for you, and will really bring you to where you want to go, which is out of the real pain. And, and like there's soft pain and there's hard pain, right? So the hard pain is when something happens and you're into the soft pain is the process of healing, the grief, the healing, etc. Now let's take a look at Capricorn. How you doing there, Mark?
I am doing good, Colette. Are you having fun?
I am. We want to do these live more often, so we came rushing down here to the studio. This is where we do it.
And what I'm doing is I'm just giving people options to see you in here.
Oh, good.
Hello.
So
I'm hoping that works. So if you see
I hope you see the little square. Yes.
Yeah. We're just playing around here for your benefit.
Yes, we're playing. Okay, Capricorn is next. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Galactic Mushroom, one of my favorite cards. It is basically the higher power card in this as well. So the partnership card, that one is there too. This one is also the divine matrix. Everything is divine, including the things that may have troubled you. But now this month is about you not taking things personally. Anything that happens in this world has a relationship to anything else, right? Everything is energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It just moves around. And when you see a matrix, you're seeing things, all this connections and synchronicities, etc. So for Capricorn, that's the time to take a look. Ooh, that's right. These things are put together. But how you do that is to have a house in order. The only way you can do that is to declutter your mind. The Eyes of the Eagle is all about rising above, not taking things personally, seeing things with a little bit more neutrality. It's so much easier to go neutral than it is to, I'm going to be happy. So this is why I always teach people about neutrality and witnessing. We can have a greater and more positive impact on where we want to help or where we're supposed to serve if we come from it from a less personal place and a little bit more, neutral place. So it's not that we're neutral means don't care. We do care, but it's not about us, right? We're serving on behalf of. So that's going to be good for the Capricorn personality in August. Now, Aquarius and then Pisces. Aquarius. Okay, here we go. These cards are really easy to shuffle. They are semi-matte, or semi-gloss. Matte, I don't know, they're somewhere in between glossy and matte. Okay, resonating for Aquarius. Yay, grace and generosity and obstacles. All right, so Aquarius, here's what you have to consider in August. Are you resonating as a victim? Are you resonating with the things that aren't going well for you? Which is your internal obstacle, right? Or are you resonating with what's positive, with what works, which could be a little scary, but the thing is that you need and not the familiar, more negative space, right? So you want to resonate because you don't want to resonate with the obstacle. You already know what that is. If you do what you did, you're going to get what you got. And if you know the thing doesn't work, and if you know resentments don't work, and if you know the storytelling doesn't work, then you need to be graceful and generous with yourself and others and come from a place of being resonant with the potential for healing. And that's going to be really important for Aquarius in the month of August. Bring yourself back into grace. Bring yourself back with spirit. Bring yourself back into a sense of being generous again with yourself and others. And, and then your obstacles actually just dissolve. That's really what it's saying for you. So what am I resonating with and why? And what do I want to resonate with and why? And then you're going to find the choice that you make is going to change everything for you this month. Now let's take a look at Pisces. I'm telling you, Mark, I'm feeling like a tiger tail ice cream. I don't know why, but I'm obsessing about tiger tail ice cream. You guys don't have that in America. I found this out the other day. I was trying to get one of my friends actually Jenna in Las Vegas, who's done all the fantastic art. We were talking about this particular ice cream, which is orange ice cream with black licorice ribbon with vanilla. Anyway, so apparently you can only get it in Canada. And I typically have it in the summer only once or twice, and I want it. Pisces, here we go. I just needed to kind of say anything that's coming into my head. just to kind of clear the palate. Okay, here we go. Horseman, herald of change. Pisces, this is a great month for you to make any kind of changes whatsoever. But what is it? It's going to move you out of stagnation. And where are the changes? It's the beloved card, which is about radically accepting the people in your life as they are and not trying to change anybody. And then you can actually sort out who gets to stay and who gets to go. But it's like really just a radical acceptance. This is who this person is. This is what this situation is. This is what this is, as opposed to like, this needs to be different. No. You can just make another choice. This is about recognizing that your stagnation can also be there because you're trying to change things that you don't have any control over. So very nice month for Pisces also. The radical acceptance piece I love because it also makes us accept ourselves where we are exactly now instead of any of the negative self-talk that could come sometimes at the end of the summer when you're about to go back. Just like I always think September is back to work, back to school, back to everything. But it's like the kind of, we've got 1 month left until Labor Day of the summer. We're winding this down and you need to be looking at your life with a pair of acceptance glasses on and know that the change occurs when you just choose something else as opposed to try to fix, change, make different the thing that you don't like or that's not working for you. Just make a different choice. Only you can do that, nobody else. All right. What a fantastic reading for this month. I have something I'm going to read you out of my phone because I won't remember all the details, but I have an invitation for you and I hope you join me tomorrow. And why and where? All right, here we go. I have my free 7-day online Find Your Flow meditation challenge. Starting August 3rd, which is tomorrow, right, Mark? It's tomorrow. You will restore your energetic alignment. And I swear this stuff works. I love it. And I love doing it. You want to bring back some balance, right? I mean, like, oh my gosh, we have to learn how to thrive, not survive. We want to thrive in chaotic times. It's not going away, the chaos, all the stuff that you read about, it's going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be there in a couple months too. It's going to be there for a while. So how do we get our flow on? How do we stay in alignment with all these things that we say we want to manifest, this life that we want to experience, the service that we want to provide? Well, we have to find some kind of balance. So this is what I'm going to offer you over the next 7 days. It's going to be so much fun. So I'd love you to join. The way you join is ColetteBaron-Reid.com/find your flow. So easy, right? ColetteBaron-Reid.com/find your flow. So what do you get? So what are we going to be doing? We have a daily Facebook live video, just like how I'm doing right now. I'm going to go live at 11:11 a.m. every day. Is that right, Mark? Eastern?
Yes,
okay, fine. 11:11 Eastern time. I'm going to deep dive with you. I'm going to share just a very simple explanation about how to align each energy. So I've basically set it out similar to the energy meditations I did last year. So I put it in 7 categories. You can't, like, as my husband always says, you have to paint the room from one corner. You don't throw the paint against all the walls at the same time. So I've made it really bite-sized and easy for us. So we're going to go through each one of the energy centers. There's a guided meditation so that people who have a hard time meditating, a lot of people have a hard time concentrating lately. It's so easy just to listen to me tell you a story and you don't have to see anything. I just want to prep you for that too. You just listen to my voice and relax. That's basically it. And I'm going to give you some fun and energizing and engaging daily practices to understand how it feels to be in the flow. Like we all know how it feels to be out of flow, but how do you achieve the flow and how do you stick to it? That's why we're doing the 7-day challenge. So we give you a private, moderated community of supportive spiritual seekers from all over the world, eager to connect. And I think we have over 18,000 people that have signed in so far. So it's awesome. And by the way, we are the friendliest group. I will say, we never have any drama in our rooms. We have the rockinest rooms. And so I really hope you join us. There's also a bonus live energy attunement experience, which is really powerful. It's on the 8th day. And we give away prizes every single day for you people who show up live, right? Just to show for showing up live, we give away all kinds of great woo prizes. Were you going to say something, Mark?
Yeah,
You're pointing.
I just want to point out that the 8th day is actually like, you don't have to do the 8th day, but it's nice because it wraps up all the 7 energies and you put everything in.
Yes. You want to come on day 8. You want to come. Yes, you do. You want to come. So, and the room is only going to be open for 8 days too. So don't worry about joining a new Facebook group. You're going to be disappeared anyway after that. So we also give you a fabulous digital oracle card journal. It's free. It's a bonus. When you sign up, the digital journal will give you a place to document your daily card pulls as we move through the challenge, because we're pulling cards for the challenge as well too. So it's meditation plus oracle cards. Everything that I do, personal development, intuitive coaching, intuitive strategy, everything works with oracle cards as a navigation tool. So check it out. I hope you join us tomorrow. Anything else, Mark?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes. Just
Okay.
so some people might actually be seeing this video on YouTube or Facebook.
Yes.
Maybe, 3 days into the challenge. It's never too late to start, because the videos are up there and you could go through each one of them at your own pace, whatever.
Yes.
Until we pull them down, obviously. And
It's all recorded. If you can't make it live, it's
So-
all recorded.
Yeah. So each day, as you said, Colette, goes through one energy to bring it into
Yep.
alignment.
Yep.
And then that last attunement is to bring all
Of it,
together,
everything
to
together.
really-
And the last day attunement is amazing because it's a much longer guided experience, but it really does, because when we do it in a large group, which we will, I mean, it exponentially just raises your vibration. And I will tell you, it works. I've done this many times with large groups of people already, and it's so successful that you will feel much better at the end of it. I promise. I promise. So just come and join me. It's fun. It's very informative, and you will feel like you're back in flow and back in balance at the end.
So where do they go?
And they go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/find your flow.
Okay. I think
Got
that's it, Colette. Yeah.
Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow. Yay. Oh, I like that end part.